Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment. If you want to work with me personally, feel free to send me a message. And if you want to be part of my spiritual podcast called Consciously Awakening, feel free to also send me a message. I want to speak about raising our levels of consciousness today, raising the levels of awareness. How do we do this? How do we actually step into that high state of consciousness and really open our energies to a new potential, to a new freedom? Okay. Now, I realize that silencing the mind is important in staying conscious. Okay, this is what I want to begin with. Silence your mind. The mind is a great servant, but a dangerous master. Okay, so the mind is a great servant, but a dangerous master. If you let your thoughts control you, now you're being controlled by your mind. Okay, so in a way, you gotta allow your feelings to be there without judgment. You gotta allow your feelings to be there without judgment. You gotta step into that state of observation. Okay, the more that you observe yourself in the process is the more that you actually step into the flow, and it is the more that you allow energy to pass through you. Okay, so what I want to begin with is silence your mind. Silence your mind, guys, because the mind has all kind of troubles. Okay, we all go through moments and we give birth to thoughts that are not necessarily serving us. So in a way, we have to accept ourselves unconditionally. We have to accept ourselves unconditionally. We have to accept our thoughts unconditionally. Okay, so if you silence the mind, now you actually enter into the flow state. And I want to speak about meditation here and how it actually influences us. I realized that each moment is actually a meditation. Okay, each moment is a meditation. Each moment gives you the opportunity to actually step into that higher state of consciousness. So when you enter the effortless effort, this is what is called in Taoism Wu Wei, the effortless effort, is the more that you actually get to silence the mind. Okay, so the next tip would be live in the body. Okay, the more that you actually live in the body is the more that you allow emotional energy to pass through you. I realize that feelings are way more powerful than thoughts because the emotional vibratory field is 1,000 times more powerful than the mental field. Okay, so if you get to actually step into how you feel instead of what you think, now you get to actually influence your mind with the love emotions, with the love feelings. Okay, so the more that you get to actually silence the mind is the more that you actually make it more powerful, more conscious, more in tune with the present moment. Now the next tip would be stay as much as possible conscious in the now. I realize that time is an illusion and past, present and future are all happening simultaneously in the now. Now, if you get to actually live more conscious, if you get to actually focus your energy in the now, you can actually influence your reality in a different way. Okay, so stay conscious, live in the body, silence the mind. Now, in expanding our awareness and in expanding our consciousness, I realized that we also have to love ourselves and we also have to love our imperfections. Okay, we have to love our imperfections. We're not perfect as humans, and sometimes we go through rough moments that actually show us lessons about ourselves. Okay, so if you love your imperfection, I believe that you will actually step into your complete self. Loving your imperfections is essential because we're not perfect as humans. We're actually perfect in our imperfections. Okay, so love your imperfections because it's not perfect. Sometimes we go through rough moments, sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we don't allow ourselves to feel maybe. Sometimes we make mistakes, but mistakes are acceptable the moment that you actually accept yourself, okay? So realize that you're not perfect and that you are always doing the best that you can with the consciousness that you have, okay? You are always doing the best that you can because you are an alchemist, you are a warrior of light, you are a warrior of peace and abundance, okay? What I'm coming to realize is the fact that if I make peace with myself, I also make peace with my consciousness. Okay, if I love myself unconditionally, I also allow myself to free myself. So this is the next step. Try as much as possible to actually make peace with yourself. Okay, I realize that yes, sometimes we go through resentment, sometimes we go through feelings where we are feeling like we are not good enough. But when we make peace with the past, when we make peace with our past versions, we also make peace in the present moment. Okay, I also realize that healing is important. In expanding our consciousness, we gotta heal our traumas. We gotta heal our inner child. We gotta heal everything about ourselves in order to step into the complete self. Okay? So heal yourself. Allow yourself to give yourself time necessary. Allow yourself to give yourself the relaxation necessary. Someone beautiful said that if you relax, it will come to you. If you stress, it will go away. Okay? So relax in the process. Realize that it's also about accepting yourself. You know, it's also about giving yourself the space and time necessary to manifest what you desire. It's about going forward with a positive attitude. I don't necessarily think it's about hard work, it's more about vibrational alignment. Okay? So the next tip is vibrational alignment. And I really love this because when we are connected to our source, we are connected to our true being. Okay? Vibrational alignment is about accepting your positive feelings and getting to actually express that into the world. If you are connected to your vibratory state of vibrational alignment, you are connected to source energy. And really, source energy is about higher consciousness. Source energy is about self-knowledge, universal knowledge. It's about expanding your conscious state. Okay? So I realized that the true self and the higher self always speaks to me through pure positive feelings. This is how the universe works. This is how life works. Life actually works in a free, natural way. The more natural you become is the more that you actually step into that vibrational aligned state of consciousness. Okay? So guys, this was my perspective on how to raise your levels of awareness. I know sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy and we go through rough moments. But we are alchemists and we can actually solve everything from our inner state of consciousness. We can actually begin to heal ourselves. I don't really believe in disease, because when I accept myself, I also heal myself. Okay? Disease is not real the moment that we actually step into a higher vibratory state of consciousness. So realize, guys, that in order to raise your levels of awareness, you gotta make peace with yourself. You gotta silence the mind. You gotta live in the body. You gotta accept yourself unconditionally. And you gotta step into vibrational alignment. These were my 5 tips in order to actually increase your levels of awareness and consciousness. Guys, thanks for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe and leave me a comment. You are appreciated, you are loved, and you are being yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself, and realize that you gotta love yourself in the process. This is how you win, with self-love. I love you, much peace, and guys, see you on what is coming up next. I love you.